is. It's all I have. It's all I know. I really like when me watching lots of TV and movies helps me accomplish something. And I felt like I got that in Detroit.
How so?
Like the opening of the game, it's like the hostage negotiation. I was like,
gotcha.
all right, I know how this works.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
I know the lingo.
My mother
seen
loves
enough
people
of
like you.
these.
I'm just
Like,
saying.
I've seen TV.
I've seen a million things.
Yep.
You know, I know more than nothing.
It's true. You do.
So
That
you
might
know.
be a really entertaining show, which is to watch or like have somebody who's watched like a ton of crime shows handle a
Yo.
hostage scenario.
Yep,
where it's
Matt,
just like,
it's called
yeah.
called Detroit Part 1. Watch
It'd be
it.
hilarious to have him
Like-
handle a hostage situation. Like, all right, we got this guy. He doesn't know a lot about hostage negotiation, except what he's seen on
He's
TV.
watched all of it. He's
I feel
watched
like
shit about shows.
I if I could like go back in time, I feel like I could successfully get away with a murder like in the 90s.
No,
Oh
you
yeah, for
wouldn't.
sure.
I can,
No.
yes.
you wouldn't.
Yeah, with all the cops.
100%.
Oh yeah. 80s.
80s maybe.
80s.
I'll give you maybe 80s.
I think-
Before DNA.
Before forensics.
yeah. They're like, did you kill him?
No.
Well, I guess he didn't do
Case
it.
closed.
If only we had some way to
Damn.
verify who you are. Maybe a print of some kind.
I think 80s you could do it for sure because I don't
For
think
sure.
I don't think they would keep
Okay.
looking after they
Just
got
saying,
the
you know
DNA.
they did arrest people in the 80s.
Well, yeah, I know,
It did
but
happen.
with all the
Yeah, but
advancements
okay.
we have, hiding
90s would be a
crime.
little tricky.
90s would be
Definitely
trickier.
not like today.
90s
Today is almost
That
impossible
does
to get
make
away
you
with
wonder.
murder.
It's like back in the 50s where they're just people getting away with murder all the time.
And it's just
I
like,
imagine.
well, it's just like you played LA Noire. It's like in the 30s, they're just touching things with their bare hands. Like, what's
Yeah,
this?
exactly.
Evidence. It's just like you're touching with your bare hands.
And everything he's doing, it's like all these clues. Writing it
I
down on
never
my
played
notepad.
LA
Can the
Noire.
next
I
investigator remember?
Yeah.
No, I don't care.
Just skipped it.
They've
Wow.
released an updated version too.
They did.
With
It's on
VR.
no. Oh, it's on VR as
I
well.
want to say
VR.
It's fucking funny.
I'm going out on a
VR the
limb.
champions coming back?
I'm going out on a limb, but I'm guessing it probably came out in 2011, 2010.
Yes, it did. It was around your move because that's when I was playing.
I did nothing. I didn't play shit for like 2 years when I moved to Austin. It was just like that was pulling up my big boy pants of like I lived
came
in
out-
my parents' house my whole life. And I'm like, I need to get an apartment or I
look
need
it
to
up.
get a job or and figure out what the hell I'm doing because I don't know what I got hired for. I got hired to make Rage Quit once a week. And I'm like, is there anything else? Do I do anything else? Or turns out, yes. God, that would have been great.
May 17, 2011.
See, that's how I know. I have like a blank spot of video games and movies where I just like, and even then I moved in.
That was
in,
probably,
in
like,
August, but like I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
and it was just like.
That game's also.
That was like probably right around the first RTX. But probably that around the
When
same-
did that come out?
May 17th,
Yeah,
2011.
and the first RTX was in May.
Yeah, what was
It was
like
in May or
Memorial
June.
Day?
It was May or
It
June.
was Memorial Day? I think it was Memorial Day weekend.
It was way earlier than it is now. Now it's always July. This year it's in August.
August. Whoops.
But it was in the end of May or early June.
That's on there.
That game also had like 4 discs, right?
It had multiple.
It
discs.
had like I think
Yeah.
it had 2 or 3 at least.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like I know Lost Odyssey.
And it was
had
like the
too.
shitty packaging where it's like discs on top of each other,
Yeah.
which I hate.
Oh, that's lame.
instead
When
of like the flaps.
they make the center thing bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of like
Yeah, instead of
they
give me the
didn't
flip
they didn't
give me
spring,
the flap.
they didn't spring
Yeah.
for the extra piece of plastic.
And the
son of a
and the
bitch.
I mean,
hinge.
the flaps
and-
were pretty terrible too, though. That is
But at
very
least it was
good.
something though.
I
They,
think
they tried.
The flap, you just open it and 3 CDs fall out.
Well, yeah.
Most
I
of
think
the time.
LA Noire might have actually had. It might have had like the stack, and then there was a disc on the inside covered. I might be
Like
remembering.
like
in
in
like a sleeve.
like
I'll
in a
say
paper sleeve.
The,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the flaps, they all hinged on the center thing.
Yeah.
Like some of them, it was like click, click, and you were good. And some of them was like, just gotta set it in there.
Yeah.
Because I mean, PlayStation.
I would always
games
seem
are
to get
like
the
that.
one with like one broken hinge, so it would be
Oh,
like
God.
flying, and it would be going like
Yep.
this.
There's like 3. There's 4 tabs. There's either the 4 tab thing where there's like just cardinal directions, or I'm thinking like PlayStation, which is where it's like the bloomin' onion.
Yeah.
Where it's
Where
like
it's
a
just like-
bunch of teeth all
Yep.
in the middle, and then half the teeth are broken. And
Yeah.
you're like, well, I'm fucked.
Because when you got to push down the center and everyone
Yeah.
else is the teeth thing. Yeah.
Yep.
There's no equivalent to that with downloads, except I guess maybe like
No,
having to
there's
fucking
not.
having to plug in your PS Vita into
I
a
guess.
PS3. Like that might be it, but
I guess the
insane.
only thing that's
Yeah.
close to that is if you have a shit ton of games on different hard drives, you just gotta unplug in the USB port. That's the only
guess,
inconvenience.
but even
because I have an Xbox in the living room and the bedroom, and all my games are on the hard drive, so I just have to unplug the hard drive from one Xbox and the other, and it's pretty simple. That's like the only time I like take.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened for me.
Well, it's just I have to copy the game's over. I don't want to do that.
I did that once.
Do it once though.
Nah,
Yeah,
done.
I did this thing you're talking about like once or twice, and I was like, I can't keep doing this.
Sure.
It's so aggravating. It's stupid that's like 20 feet's aggravating enough.
No, I
Just
get
buy
it.
another 2 3 terabyte
20
hard
feet.
drive.
I live in an apartment
Done.
where it's
Super
literally it's 4 steps from where my
It's
TV
more than
is.
0 though.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you're sitting down.
It depends
and you're
how
all
often you
comfortable.
use it.
You have no
Yeah,
idea
it's
like
just
how many times I pace at night from like bedroom to bathroom to living room
No,
to make sure I have
don't know.
everything.
I don't know
all
how
squared
neurotic
away.
you are. No,
I'm very neurotic.
He's a
when
real
it comes to,
freak.
like 3 times
at him.
before going to bed, I always like make sure to jiggle my handle to make sure like the door is locked. Do that all the time.
I have to do that
Might be a
because
problem.
Casey doesn't always lock the door, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Like to the apartment.
to the apartment, yeah. Like I when I close the door, I immediately will be like, all right, lock.
Yeah, no,
chain.
that's just like
That's all
instinct
good.
to me.
I felt like I slowly
Like, I close
became
it,
that
lock
way
it.
because the first week in my apartment, I remember distinctly, like on the way to work, getting ready for work, I was like, "Where the fuck are my car keys? Where are they?" And I was like, last year was like, open the door, and sure enough, they were in the lock in the door. And I
I've
was
done-
like,
yeah.
whoops.
I think
It's like that. They had access to my apartment and my car.
Also, if you had to close your door all the way, you might have died in that power washing incident.
I would have drowned. Yeah, I would
Imagine waking up
blasted away.
washed.
blasted away. Yeah.
Oh, this is last call. I don't remember if I announced
right.
it.
Oh yeah. We just kind of started. We just rolled into it.
Oh,
What's up, firsties? Is that what we call them?
whatever you want.
Firsties.
Whatever you want.
When I was looking through that Joe Francis stuff, he had a pretty interesting quote there.
Joe
Was it-
Franklin.
He did. What did he say?
Was
Did
it
he
the-
say I love tits, especially when they're underage and they don't consent?
Some of that was in there.
Interesting.
No, he was talking about the jurors in his
Interesting
trial.
direct
What was his trial for? What did he go? What was his trial for?
He's been there a bunch of times.
No, I knew he was in and out of jail. Guy's a career scumbag for sure.
But he let's see. This is he was convicted on all 5 charges of something. And he called the jurors mentally retarded and said they should be euthanized.
Whew, that'll do it. That's.
But
jail.
don't worry.
Thanks, Joe.
He
For sure.
later apologized and stated that he had been manipulated by the media.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
What media?
They were like, "Hey, what do you feel inside?"
They're like, call him. Oh, sure. Joe, call him retarded.
Joe, what's your inside voice say?
Well, I think they're.
I was manipulated.
Let me go on.
Jesus Christ.
To be fair, he was on Ambien though.
The number
Yeah,
of the
I mean,
number
yeah,
of
so many
times I just like,
That's the lie
especially
detector, though.
especially now in this day and age, where like people they get out of things they said when they said it based on nothing. Like I can't. It's like, hey, here I am. I'm Michael Jones, and I have an opinion. And I'm gonna say it, and here I am saying it right now. And then people go, I can't fucking, that's fucking insane what he just said. Did you hear that fucking opinion? That's insane. It's fucking bullshit. It's whatever. And then they come back and they're like, all right, whoa, that's, what? No.
not a
I didn't mean
concept.
that.
Right. It was
What
not a
are you-
concept. Right.
what are you? Fuck you. No, fuck you. How dare you?
You stop recording.
How dare you fucking use what I said and bring it up to me? What the fuck? And
You gotta
that's
throw
just
this
like,
in my face that I had thoughts?
oh, just because I said
In
it
the
last
past.
week?
Right.
Fuck you. I don't get
I'm
it.
living in the present.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Fucking stupid. I don't
Ugh.
understand how any of that shit happens, and it happens so often now
I think
too.
it's just like
Lot.
It happens because so many people have. If you're in the media eye, it's like you gotta say this set of things, and if you don't say this set of things, then you're not in the media anymore.
I guess it's fair because it's like all a circle, right?
Or
Where
your
it's
president.
Like, oh, there you go. That's true.
And then you're
But
good.
that's-
And then
that's
you
a
know
circle
what?
too, yeah.
You have absolute power to do anything.
I
According to
can
my
pardon myself for anything.
according to my lawyer, I could shoot James Comey. I wouldn't, but I could.
and get away with it.
What? What are you talking
it's
about?
your lucky day.
You're
It's literally
fucking crazy. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
all
You're
he
talking
has to
about the
do-
president shooting someone? Why? What
I
are
don't
you
know.
talking
Also,
about?
please don't construe this as political. That's just insane.
Did he say
Again,
It's a
yes,
little crazy,
again.
yeah.
This is the
Absolutely.
thing. Well,
but all he said-
Rudy Giuliani said,
that President
he
Trump
said, I'm paraphrasing here, but it's certainly a quote where he literally said, President Trump could shoot. He didn't say kill. I'm assuming he meant who the fuck say shoot.
Yeah,
he
well,
didn't say,
to be
I'll
fair,
shoot him in the leg. He
The
didn't
vice
hesitate.
president got away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's true, he did
you're
do
not
that.
just shooting somebody to tickle them. It's not
Yeah.
like you
It's
go
like, and
hey,
again,
buddy, how you doing?
and-
Hi, Blammo.
And
Yeah.
again, you're talking about specifically someone you, the president, have said many times, a guy you hate and you can't stand, and he's a liar, and this and that, and he's bullshit. Like, you didn't even pick the Pope, which is like, I don't know, let me pick a figure that, like, I don't have a personal connection with him, but it's like a huge figure.
Yeah.
People would attach themselves, the Pope, or fucking whatever, fucking LeBron James, somebody,
yeah.
somebody huge and famous, whatever. No, you pick the guy that you bitch about all the fucking time, you complain about all the time, who's involved in the inner workings of an investigation against you, and your lawyer comes out and says, oh, he could shoot him and then pardon himself and nobody could do nothing. I'm like, that's insanity that you would even say it. Like, beyond the fact of you're a fucking idiot for, like, no,
Yeah.
it's just not going to stand in any way, shape,
But
or
it
form.
still, it shocked
You're an
nobody.
idiot. But, like, also,
that's
you're
where we are.
saying
We're so jaded.
Yeah,
We're all
it's
used to this. It doesn't
it's
make sense.
crazy. It's crazy. And again, like, all these people, again, and I'm trying not to make it political. It's just like, that's what he said. And again, this guy in particular talks about, like, Obama this, Obama that. I fucking hate him. Fuck this guy. He ruined America. He brought everything down. He divided the country. I don't remember him going like, I'd kill that guy. I'd kill him.
Yeah.
I'd fucking shoot him. It's like, what are we talking about here? What's like,
You
but anyway,
see
back to this Russian
What
investigation.
Senator McCaskill snapped back at him on Twitter about?
No.
Oh, damn it! I gotta find it. But he was like,
It's
We're
just
world are we
crazy.
living
It's crazy.
in that we can politically be like, you see where that senator snapped back at the
he
president?
was on fucking Twitter too.
Because even the senators
That's
are
what
like, this
happens
is fucking crazy.
when a reality TV star runs the fucking country. Just like, we're all part of The Apprentice, and we're
It's just
all
it's just
losing.
lunacy.
All
And
losing.
Andy, we're all fired.
We're all fired.
It's lunacy.
We're done.
And then again, bitch all you want. I know you will. Nothing I said here was opinion. That's
all facts.
He said that. Giuliani, he said it. I feel like he didn't do a good job at hiring him as his lawyer.
No.
Again, and
Questionable choice.
And I'm someone who I grew up almost my whole life with Rudy Giuliani.
Right.
I grew up in New Jersey. and
He
it's
was,
like-
he got America and New York City through 9/11.
As Jeff said, this is 100% true. He was America's mayor.
Yeah.
And again, like I lived in New Jersey. I felt like he was my
He
goddamn
could like
mayor.
do no wrong.
He was on TV every fucking single day. It was just so like, and never once in my life did I have like a party affiliation of like, fuck that guy, he's a Republican. I'm just like, oh, I understand what you're saying and the things you're saying and blah, 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 blah. And then Trump hired him as his lawyer. And he's only been his lawyer for what, like a month, maybe?
Yeah.
And it's like every goddamn day he says something like fucking batshit insane, and the next day he's like, "No, don't worry about what I said. That was a mistake. You misquoted me."
All right, so it was Ed Markey, who I guess is a senator. I don't know who that is, but Trump tweeted out, has been stated by numerous legal scholars, I have the absolute right to pardon myself, but why would I do that when I have done nothing wrong? And did some other stuff. And then his response was, no, you don't. And then he quotes, under the fundamental rule that no one may be a judge in his own case, the president cannot pardon himself. DOJ Office of Legal Counsel, 4 days before Nixon resigned. I know you have attention span problems, but it's the first sentence.
and then he links him to the statement.
I mean, and again, it's like you sit here, you go on about this, and it's like, do you remember Nixon? Like,
He did happen.
he didn't. No, you can't. He's one step away from OJing it. He is like Trump to me is one step away from releasing a book called "If I Did It."
Sure.
If I colluded, here's how I would have done it. Let me tell you all about it. But you can't do anything
You
about
know
it.
that book's coming.
It's like you can certainly yes. And now again, and now the defense is like, oh, well, he could totally pardon himself. But he won't though, because then he'd get impeached. That's also that's what they're saying. That's literally what Giuliani is saying. He's like, he could pardon himself if he wanted to.
Why do they keep throwing that
Then
out?
he'd get
It's just
impeached.
like-
Just stop
What's the
saying
point?
it. No one's saying it except for you. You're just telling me you're going to try to pardon yourself. That's all you're telling me. Anything in the history of fucking Trump coming out and going, this is bullshit, I won't do it. Give it a goddamn week. Give it a month. You are going to do it. You are absolutely going to try to do it.
It's as if he can see the
Motherfucker,
future.
the day when
And that's his only superpower is knowing the thing that he's going to lie about.
It's the soft plan, right? Where it's like, if I just put this out here, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
It's just
they'll
like
eventually get desensitized.
They'll get
and they'll be
comfortable
like,
with it. They'll be like,
Oh, I did it.
the insanity and like the cherry picking.
Yeah. I said
like-
I wasn't going to do it.
I mentioned him the other day. Trey Gowdy has been in he's been mentioned a bunch recently because he is I don't know exactly what he is off the top of my head, but he's like a
I don't keep up with politics.
congressman. Let me look it up so I don't.
But it's just like whenever I see like
Misspeak
the
here.
timestamps of his tweets, I was like, you're taking a 4 a.m. shit and you're making this fucking bombastic claim
You're a
about whatever
politician,
God
you are.
knows what.
What? That's what keeps him up at
okay.
night, though. I
Trey
guess. It's
Gowdy
like all this
is
stuff
the-
is just bothers
Yeah.
him.
Trey Gowdy is the U.S. representative for South Carolina's 4th congressional district since 2011. And guy's a Republican. And every time I see this guy, I go, he's fucking familiar. He's familiar as fuck. You
Yeah.
know why? Because this dude's on like a million episodes of fucking Forensic Files. Because he used to be a prosecutor.
Oh,
He looks a bit younger because
That's
it was
cool,
sort of the
yeah.
90s. And I like the guy.
is he a good guy?
I mean, I like him on Forensic Files.
Sure, why not?
And somehow he's been involved with all the nonsense going on lately.
Collusion.
And, Trump started going on about Spygate recently, where he
Sure.
was like, the FBI planted spies inside my political party during the campaign.
Right.
And Trey Gowdy, he had something to do with like that and a bunch of other shit. And as you all know, Trump, he fucking hates Jeff Sessions, who he appointed because he recused himself from the thing, which then was it Rodstein, whoever the deputy under Jeff Sessions appointed Mueller, and then so Trump's just bitches about it every goddamn day about like how much he's like I wouldn't have hired him, and like I don't know exactly what the entire hearing was about, but Trey Gowdy mentioned in that hearing that like he was like, I wouldn't have hired Jeff Sessions. There's a lot of good lawyers in America. I would have picked somewhere else. Someone else. And Trump literally quote tweeted this, or he quoted this in a tweet. And he was like, look what he's saying. He's saying it too. And then he quoted him saying, I would have picked someone else. And then Trump said under that, he's like, yeah, and if I would have too, if I knew he recused himself. But then immediately people were like, hey, by the way, just so like I'm glad you're quoting him on that. You're leaving out the part where like then the next thing he talked about was how Spygate's total bullshit and it's not a thing. And like the FBI acted completely accordingly and how the American people would have wanted them to. Just completely avoid it,
He
don't
just
mention
read
it, don't talk
something
about
that
it.
he liked and then didn't finish it. And was
It's like
quote tweeted that.
I've never seen someone so
Inept.
no, just like they can hate and love the same person.
Yes.
Where it's like, well, I'll just take anything positive you say about me and just talk about that, and then just either ignore the
he
negative
like
things,
spins it himself.
or
Yeah.
just call you a
Particular
liar.
skill, right?
It's like,
Yeah.
hey, I appreciate this compliment. This is a great guy. Ryan's a great guy. Everything he said about me, positive, is true. But he's also a scumbag piece of shit, and his friends are Democrats, and he should burn in hell.
Right.
And I was just like, it's just insanity. It's insanity.
It's like I feel like he thinks he's a great bullshitter, but everyone's just like, but you're not. Everyone's just like calling him out.
Yeah,
but then,
well,
but then he always
Yeah,
doubles.
He's the
doubles down on the
president.
shit.
all
But
right?
then he doubles down on
He-
everything.
He's the president.
Those
He can
trips ain't
bullshit
going too
himself,
well.
all
You're
right?
like,
You're
he's a
the-
terrible bullshitter. He only bullshitted himself into the president of the United States.
Right.
True.
It's somehow
He's
works.
pretty good at it. Yeah.
He's got a demographic.
Yeah.
Let's stop.
Yeah.
Everything.
No one watched this.
No one's.
No
People are
hate.
just gonna get mad.
They're gonna get mad.
Jack wasn't. We can't even blame it on Jack.
I know.
That would have been way worse.
Jack,
Ooh.
I can't believe you brought this up, Jack. How dare you
Damn it,
say
Jack.
what
Man,
the?
that's in
You
trouble.
wanted to
Man,
come
like-
onto the podcast and defend
That's-
your topic that you forced us to discuss?
If only Jeremy was here to talk
How
about the
dare
conservative
you?
agenda.
That's true.
I was happy to just talk
that's-
about
you know,
L.I. Noir and its case.
Jeremy-
The box
Yeah,
that
that's
came
how
in.
we-
Yeah, that's how we started.
that.
Jeremy's
Yeah.
a champion for
We
some
can
people.
use that.
Yeah.
There he is.
Who?
Jack.
Jack.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, I thought you meant Jeremy.
How dare you?
He's even blushing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw. Your little guy.
You did this. He did it.
Yeah. Remember in the comments to blame him.
It's him,
That guy.
and then underwear.
No wonder for Ryan.
It's really brighter. It's even brighter than before.
We get it. All right.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Look how white we are.
Super white.
Matt might be the darkest one here.
Look at all,
That's shocking.
Which is weird.
all that privilege.
Woof.